Divine Light Accelerators. I am Janet Miller, and welcome to Season 3 of Own Your Divine Light Show. I am so happy to have you here today during this critical time in humanity's expansion. This is a momentous time, something none of us have experienced before, and I feel it's so important to share our experiences. We are in the shift of ages, and we are learning about ourselves, and it is a gift. If you are healthy, it is a gift. And if you have lost someone or recovering, I send you my heartfelt blessings. Right now, I would like to take a moment of silence for our Black brothers and sisters of the Black Lives Matter movement to send them our love and blessings. You all deserve to live in safety. So take a moment of silence. Okay, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. We are sending you love and blessings, and we are here to learn and support you any way we can. We are ready to create the world we are waiting for, and we get to do that together. So what will be our new normal as our world continues to shift? I am very excited today to welcome our guest, Anna van der Vaart. Anna lives in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, and originally worked as a nurse. During a difficult time in her life, she had an extraordinary experience with the higher light in 1992. The Masters of the White Light announced themselves. They initiated Anna into becoming a clear-speaking light channel with the aim of cooperating with them for the healing and consciousness growth for many people. Anna underwent multiple initiations and healings from the high light. Her throat chakra opened, and as a result of those initiations, she has become a speaking channel for the Masters. Since then, she has worked full-time with the Masters as a team, and she provides channeling, healing, and readings. She does this in the form of private consultations and courses. She is also an author of the book, Your Own Life Path. Anna is a light worker committed to bring more awareness about the inner divine light, the soul, and the purpose of earthly life. Anna understands that we, as people, are multidimensional beings that serve a higher purpose. She loves her work. Welcome, Anna. I am so honored to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Love, thank you for inviting me for your show.
It's an honor, Anna. And you know, I met Anna through a channeling that I was sent, and it was an amazing channeling. And I was, wow, I have to meet this late woman. And Anna is such a lovely, wonderful person. So Anna, you had an extraordinary experience through the creation of you becoming a channel. Would you like to tell us about that?
Yes, sure. It was very nice. It was very special to feel what happened. But first, I will tell additional of my nursing work. When I worked as a nurse, I participate in courses to develop my intuition and to know myself better, the inner way, and to go to the inner way. That it was several years that I did both, so well nursing as to give a reading and channeling, no, to give reading and healing on people who come to my practice. And after I did that for several years, then that came that special moment that was so special. It was really so special. It was on an ordinary day. I woke up and I wanted to go to my work, but I couldn't move. I couldn't move. I could not move my arms, not my legs, nothing. And I felt deep inside, it's something special. I wasn't afraid. I didn't think there's something wrong with my body. I was not afraid at all. There was so deep trust in myself that there was something going on with a higher light. I felt the higher light. So a few minutes later, I felt the energy was going on in my body become quiet, and I could move again. And at that moment, the Masters of the White Light announced them as the Masters of the White Light. They told me that they want to initiate me for a channel and to go to work together. At that point, it was an initiating during a week. It was 7 days, and every day they give my healing, they give my thought to think about different thing in my life, to connect with emotional things, and they cleaned my chakras, they cleaned my aura, and they give many inner light work. I cannot mention it. It was so deep inner work, and so deep on inner level, that it's not to bring over in words. It can be felt. And during that week, I could not go outside. I could not do my work. It was only together with the Master of the White Light in cooperation to open my channel. After 3 days, when my chakras and my aura were cleaned, they told me they're going to clean my throat chakra, especially on a special way, because then they will open my throat chakra. They did it, and they tell me then, you cannot speak for 3 days. Wow. I could not speak for 3 days, but I was curious, and I tried to speak, and when I did it, it hurts. It is very hurts, and they warned me, if I do try to speak, it will be hurt. So I had for my own a little proof. It was indeed. So after the 3 days, my voice come back, and there was another vibration in my voice, and I felt that the higher energy of the cosmos because go like a stream through my throat chakra, and I had to practice at that moment to give expression on the energy from the cosmos. Dus the Master of the White Light, they teach me at that moment to learn to speak directly from the throat chakra. Oh. At first time, there will not come words out. It was only murmuring and only silence, and it was difficult to put the words out. But after a few days practice with it, and also healing, the Master of the White Light gives initiation and healing every day. Then there came the moment it was clear, and I could speak directly. Wow. Then they give me their message, and I could speak it and write it down what they tell. Wow. It was the first time, the first week of the initiation, and in that week, my throat chakra be opened to speak clearly. Wow, that's quite an experience, Anna. Yes. Yes. And you were never frightened, and you totally trusted. You knew that this was a higher light, and this was all from God. This was all beautiful energy. Yes. That's amazing. So what was your husband thinking when all this was going on? You couldn't speak. I mean, could you explain it to him? Yes, I could. He was used. I was working with higher energy. Okay. Or I also give healing and reading. Mm-hmm. So he was used to I'm talking about the higher energy. But when I woke up and I could not move, it was scary, and he scared and think, what's the matter with you? So no, 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 there's nothing bad. It's only I felt deep down in myself, this the higher light. And when I told that, he was also, it was good. He trusts
Yeah.
also. He trusts also.
It's wonderful that he's supportive that way. It makes a big difference to help that
Yes,
come through. So
yes,
then after that, so then what happened after that? You started to channel, you started to bring in the
yes,
messages, and did it change your healing? And did it change a lot of things? It had to, right?
yes, yes. This week I thought was just the beginning because later, maybe 4 years later, I get also, um, I think, initiation for 2 weeks. It was two weeks. And in that initiation weeks, it goes deeper.
Wow.
We're again deeper. And it was all about to clear my channel more and to give deeper messages for the people. And the healings also go deeper. And the people who come to my practice, um, they feel it. They feel the changes. They feel the messages are deeper and healing also. And some problems they had become um, easier, a little easier, a little less painful, and they feel more peace in their heart or more rest in their head. The thinking
Hmm. Hmm.
become a little um, relaxations,
Little more peace inside, little
more
more
peace
peaceful.
inside. Yes,
Hmm.
that were action they feel quickly. That was nice as a result of the initiation I received. But also the messages I received from the Master of the White Light became deeper.
Mm.
That's a following up.
Yes, yes. So, do you have any particular miracles that came out from your healing work? Anything special that like? Is there a special thing that you tend to find that works for your clients? What kind of clients come to you? What kind of people do you find come to you for healing work?
That's very different.
Mm-hmm.
People with daily problems who are intensive to barrier for them. Also, people who want receive information for their own inner growth,
Okay.
um, for their consciousness growth, and they take the message with them for meditation and reflexations, and they became also inspired with it.
Mm-hmm.
It gives inspiration, and it gives also an energy from the inspiration. They walked their own paths a little easier, of a little often, often easier,
Mm-hmm.
and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the messages.
Sure. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. What a beautiful work to be doing. So so do you enjoy being a channel? How does that feel for you? Do you like that work?
It's a lovely. It's the most important thing you can experience. I think it's so that the unconditional love is so so deeply, and so loving. It gives so much love,
Mm-hmm.
and I have learned in the time I worked together with the Masters of the White Light uh, to to have trust in the cooperation with them, to have more trust in let things more go with the flow,
Mm-hmm.
and to understand when why things happen, and to understand the meaning of my own life. You have to discover that, and step by step I more discover the meaning of my life because of the cooperation with the Master of the White Light. It
Mm-hmm.
is also a big, big gift from that we work together. And I have learned in the cooperation with the Master of the White Light that love is so big. It's not so small as we as a human being can feel it. It's so much larger, so large we cannot expression it, and we cannot bring it on the words. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel it, and it's so high vibration, so very very high vibration that it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Wow. That's a
It's,
beautiful, thank you for sharing that, because that is special for people to hear, because channeling is one of those things. It's not an easy thing to do, but
no,
look at the gifts it brings through. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
yes,
So,
yes.
so those are the benefits that you've gotten. And what are the challenges? The challenges are what? The initiations?
Initiations, yes, yes. The initiations, I have a very special experience therein also. That
Uh-huh.
was while the initiations in the 2 weeks I had, um, the Masters of the White Light, they wanted to open my heart chakra more.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know. I came, I came after that, but I feel my body wants to go in a move, in a flowing move, and it was an asana of the yoga, the
Uh-huh.
asana,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
it was the asana of the so the boog,
The movement of the yoga movement. Yeah. Uh-huh.
and it was not me who did it. It was the energy in
Wow.
me that I followed, and my body goes in the asana. I,
Wow.
I felt and I heard a sound in my heart chakra. It was like the wind. The wind goes through my heart chakra, and I saw a little, heel soft energy, like uh, like a yeah, so farm, a little farm. It goes like the wind to my heart chakra. And after that, there was more space, more room in my heart chakra. And
Wow.
I hear it and I feel it. It was amazing. It was really amazing.
Wow. So do you feel your heart has grown? It's expanded. So it
Yes.
really opened up the high heart too, they call it sometimes, the high heart. You
Yeah.
opened up both parts. Like there's the regular human heart, and then there's the sacred heart, the high heart, which is the more spiritual connection. Like you're fully connected. Are you fully connected, do you think, at this point? Or do you need more initiations? Oh, you never know, right?
No, no, you never know. And I think in the cooperation with the highlight,
Mhm.
you can get much more initiation.
Mm.
That's happening regularly in my life, and uh, unexpectedly can they give their own healing to me.
Mhm.
And but also in my work by my clients or in my courses, a multi-initiating we're giving. People get so much help from the highlight, and by my work, it's often given, so they can lift up in their own awareness, and that's the purpose of that.
Yeah, so you're opening people to the higher consciousness. You're opening them what we might call the fifth dimensional energy. You've heard of that, no? And this is the new age of Aquarius energy, right? The new
Yes,
energy coming in. So you're getting everybody opening to that energy. So you're helping so many people to open to that energy, which is, the more people that do it, and every one of us have a job, and that's yours, which is just beautiful to bring it through that way. Wow, that's so
yes,
special.
that's it.
Oh,
Yes,
it's so neat.
yes.
So I know that, well, you wrote your book, the Own Your Own Life Path. And what was that about? What was your message in the book?
The message in the book is that you're never born for nothing. You have always a purpose of your soul. and a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people felt lost. But when they really know there is an inner connection to make with your purpose of your life, and by the inner light inside of you, with the inner divine light, you can learn to see the problems in your daily life different, and you can make other choices because of you feel the deeper meaning of your life. So it helps them for to learn live their life connected with their inner light, and connected with their purpose of their life, and that makes more sense for them. It's help to go through problems, and to go more become more aware.
Sure. So you can find, can you help them find their soul purpose? You can find that with them. You can help them figure out what their soul purpose is.
Yes, the Master of the White Light, he gave answers of their questions, and they gave also answer of their the life plan.
Wow, that's fantastic. See, there's so many ways we can find out now, which, you know, for so long people have been looking, what's my life path? What's my soul path? What's my purpose? That's the universal question. A lot
Yes,
of people want to know. So you have an answer for them. You know, I also do a work too, which I bring through a soul purpose reading through the name, the birth print of the name, the vibration of the name comes in and also allows people to learn about the challenges that they have in life, and also their what through those challenges, when they can get through them, they can also learn their talents in life, and those talents can turn into gifts, and then
yes,
those gifts create help them reach the goals that they're meant to create in their life, and that equals their soul destiny, their soul purpose. So
yes,
it's beautiful, isn't it, that we all have different ways of bringing this work through, and it's so
yes,
powerful. It's so powerful. So, and I know you are now receiving channeled messages about why we as humanity are going through the coronavirus and this challenge in our world. Can you tell us what the masters of the white light are teaching you and explaining to you about what the coronavirus is teaching us about our ways and our world? What are they telling you?
yes. They told a lot, and at first I like to mention that in my website is a channeling to read in English.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, and another person has translated my Dutch channeling into English, so she had translated very well,
Yes.
and because I am Dutch
Yeah.
and I cannot translate the channeling so well, and she had did it. Carola Hommes, she named. So
Very
thank
good.
you, Carola.
Yes.
Um, I think it's good to know for everyone who looks now that they can read the whole channeling. And now I can name something I put out of it, of the most essential parts. Um, the Marks of the White Light, they told it's now the moment for human being to make a heart chakra alignment, and how more aware people are that they can consciously make a heart chakra alignment, it will help enormously. The world can be grow better. Um, the corona crisis now uh, gives a lot of mirrors, and all the mirrors I have wrote in the channeling
Okay.
give a lot of mirrors. People can take the mirrors as a learning path in their self, to look inwards. How do I do that, and what can I learn from this, and how can I handle it different, because I can also help the world get to a better place. All the mirrors, mirrors gives opportunity to learn yourself better, and to go the inner paths, and from there you can learn to choose consciously. now in this time, a lot of things happens unconsciously, and a lot of people aren't aware of what their acting are doing, what their
Mhm.
thinking are doing, what their words are doing with themselves and with other people. So there is a lot about told about that in the channeling. And the Mars has also said the human being and also the Earth, the planet Earth, are tired to be connected in the old vibration of the lower ego. And
Right.
how more people become aware of that, you can also choose consciously to bring your own thinking and your own communication on a higher level. Then communication can become different, better, more with respect for yourself, respect for the other, respect for life, and that's necessary. It's also necessary that that part of the human beings can be changed.
Mm. Yeah. That's powerful. That's really powerful. I mean, you know, and it connects to so many. I mean, you're kind of validating more things that I've heard too, which is, you know, connecting to the heart, aligning our heart chakra is so powerful right now because we
Yes,
are opening our hearts. I mean, if you're moving into the next level of energy, this Aquarian age energy, which is all about living from the heart, and we
yes,
cannot get there until we start respecting each other, which is part of why some of these things are happening right now. That's why Black Lives Matter is happening, because people are not being respected,
yeah,
and they are, look at what's happening to these people. It's just, I mean, if we as the white privileged people cannot understand, we have to look and say, if this was us, would we ever, you know, we can't do this. It's, we've all been brought up in this, and we've got to change it. It's time for change.
it's time to change.
And
Yes,
we need to look at each other with love and humanity and understanding and respect, because
yes,
we're all the same. We're all one here. It doesn't matter anybody's colors. It doesn't matter,
no, no,
but it does matter how you treat each other. And until we can treat each other kindly and with love, with this heart chakra alignment, and to
yes,
do it consciously, and I know what you're saying, and people are reacting, they're reacting unconsciously. And
yes,
so when they react unconsciously, this is from the lower chakras, like you're
yes,
saying. And when they step back and they stop and they think and they observe and they feel it. If you literally, if you touch your heart and go, well, what if that was me? I mean, if you just bring it back to yourself and say, if this was me, how would I react?
yes,
If that was happening to me or one of my family or one of my friends, how would you react? I mean, seriously,
yes,
it would not be the same. I mean, there'd be a whole lot more going on. But what's happening right now is a movement of peace, which I think in so many ways, I mean, there has been some issues going on, but they're not
mhm,
meant, it's not necessarily the people themselves that are causing it all, but you know, there is a time, there's a point where people have enough, and
yes.
that's going on right now. People have
Now,
had enough. How much
yes,
can you handle after 400 years of mistreatment in the
yes,
Black community? I mean, I'm just going there for a minute, because those are the voices that are up for change. They're ready. They need change. They can, you know, they've had enough,
yes.
you
That's
know, and you,
exactly what the masters said.
uh-huh.
Um, People, the humanity, and the earth are tired to go on this lower thinking and the lower ego energy,
Yes.
and that's now also they said it's now the time to turn the tide, and
Mm,
I think when you see in the world all the things come up, that's from this. That's from
yeah,
this
someone,
energy. It will. This energy will want to be translated now
yes.
to transformation, and the transformation of the energy makes that things can happen. Things
Yes.
happen. So
And that's
yeah,
why we're in so much chaos right now, because we
yes,
need the chaos to transform ourselves.
yes,
Until we have chaos, we don't pay attention.
no,
And the
no,
community does not pay attention, right?
yes, yeah,
And we have to realize we're affecting our planet. I mean, look at how the planet changed. I mean, I've talked about this in other shows, but it's all calmed down. Pollution has lifted in so many places. Animals have returned to places that they never were there for so many years. People can, you know, even though they're breathing with masks at the moment, a lot of them, but you know, it's just that there's so much more real air in the world. There's so much fresh air in the world. So get out in nature and take your mask off. You know, guys, you gotta breathe real air too. So, but when you're with each other, we also have to be considerate. So there's a choice there. You have to decide what is right for you. I mean, it's always a personal choice, but
Yes,
you know,
yeah,
it's a mixed thoughts about the whole thing going on. It's lots of ways of looking at it, but as you said, the math, it's really a lesson for all of us to
yes,
look at our world and look at ourselves and what are we ready to change. And
yes,
you know, have you had enough of all this? And I
yeah,
think many people have, and I see that happen as we see in our world. There's just what's going on with the Black Lives Matter, but
yeah,
then there's other things changing too. So much is changing, and we're ready.
yes,
And
yes,
to get to that higher level, we
mhm,
have to acknowledge what's going on and then be ready for the change and be ready to make the change. We have to make the changes ourselves.
yes. And
Yeah.
that the start has to be in the feeling.
Yes.
When people feel it inside themselves, then it's easier to make the step. And that's why there are also things stand up for mindfulness and to learn to think consciousness and to learn to reflection themselves better every day. And 50 years ago, people were not aware of these things. Now it's more and more, and that gives also the opportunity to make a difference inside yourself, and from inner side to the outer side.
Yes. And it's all about the inner work. When you go, like you're saying, when you go in and you start connecting to your own heart and you start feeling what's going on in your own heart, clearing
Yes,
your own stuff, you are helping the world because you're helping yourself. And as we each help ourselves individually, we are changing the world, even when you
yes,
do that work, because it's you change how you act in the world. You change the way the outer world looks to you, the way you react in the or respond, I should say, or just, you know, are more mindful, as you're saying, to how the
yes,
you're acting in the world. You step back
mhm,
and you think more, or you feel it more, and you go, wow, I'm not going to, I don't want to be that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes,
Happening. It's really wonderful to see that happening in the world. I think it's
yes, it's
wonderful.
very important, very important. Yes,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm. So, I know that you have a special message. Well, first of all, yes, you have a special message from the masters that you asked them before you came on the show
yeah,
to, you know, what can I bring to the audience? And you have one. So I would love you to read that to us. Would you like
yes,
to read that to the audience? Thank you.
yes, yes. I'm glad to do that. It's a very beautiful message I gave, and I have to read it because I cannot channel in English.
That's okay. We
Okay,
understand and we
yes.
appreciate it. Yes.
The channeling for the viewers. Greetings from the spirit you are. First of all, we would like to say that we see the developments of humanity on Earth. Not that all beautiful things are happening now. No, there is a lot of pain visible on Earth. But the underlying flow in many events is a flow of wanting to go in revelations, wanting to go into transformations. The world is increasingly open to deeper vision. The world also has to change because much more light has already come into the earthly realities, which means that more chances will automatically occur. That is a law. When more light comes to Earth, humanity is more willing to grow in consciousness, and that also creates events that evoke this growth in consciousness, and which at the same time usher in phase of growth, which starts consciousness changes. And that is what it's all about in the near future on Earth and in worldly affairs. The point now is to consciously enter into changes. It will be conscious choices to do things differently. because the world has already changed. The events of the coronavirus have given rise to a greater receptivity to look differently at the normal course of events. However, this current change is just the beginning. The bigger changes are still to come. These larger, these larger changes have everything to do with the misconceptions that are going on in human feelings and thinking about each other. Of course, there is a difference in people, in opinions, in beliefs, in mentality, and so on. This cannot be otherwise because there is by definition difference. This difference is now an important point in humanity who believes that difference should not be there. A thought in many people's mind is, if everyone thinks the way we think, it will be all right. But it's not. That's not true. If everyone thinks, feels, and does the same now, then there is still war and violence. Because humanity still doesn't understand that the larger inner life is not the same as the outer life. For humanity still does not understand that inner life constitutes and reshapes outer life. How the current state of being is of man's own inner life is therefore an important fact. What inner attunement is there? What inner alignment do I have? That is why the given message taught through channeling about the mirrors of Corona is so important to let it in very consciously and to let it in again and again. From there, another truth will be taught inwardly, which makes people dare to feel deeper. People are afraid of difference. That is why there is such a great desire for wanting to be right and wanting to be equal to everyone. However, the great universal life is a manifestation of energy that constantly produces uniqueness, or rather, let it be born. The entire great cosmic life is uniqueness, and uniqueness that comes from love, and love is a formless thing. Love is a concept in earthly life, while this concept, as it is known by humanity, is a minuscule small part of what the great divine source of life really is. The great universal life is uniqueness. From this uniqueness, all life comes forth. So does humanity, and every human being, every person, has become meant to express his own uniqueness. By doing this and allowing the power of love to flow and manifest in it, new impulses of love can also arise. In it is then a creation from the inner available uniqueness that can again shape to love, which is uniqueness and carries within it as new. That was the intention. However, humanity has made the fall into the dark to learn to rediscover itself deeper. This fall has been going on for centuries. This long road has created many awareness processes, and at the same time, much has been lost. All that has been lost of that uniqueness of life and of each unique human being in itself has been rediscovered, but now wants to go into a stronger path of accelerations. The present world, you as humans, are now learning to feel deeper again from the heart chakra, and that's a good move. That movement says that the suffering as it usually is on earth now is completely meaningless. This unnecessary suffering makes no sense. Why continue with something that make no sense? Why constantly make it difficult for yourself and your fellow man? Why always give each other a lot of pain and a lot of denials, when this only gives you more distance from the real purpose of life? Why want to hold on to that unnecessary struggle? That is exactly what it will be about in the present time. These questions are going to be felt deeper and deeper inwardly in many people. More and more people are going to feel that deep meaninglessness and feel it for themselves in what they experience or in what one sees happening in the world. Wanting to hold on to the deep meaninglessness of suffering, to stand from each other to life, do not allowing each other the light in the eyes, it is enough. The earth is in change. Humanity is in change. The individual is in change. That is where current developments are accelerating. This is also necessary to prevent much more pain and misery, and to prevent planet Earth from being pulled into an ever deeper downward spiral. The Earth and humanity learn to cooperate more in the present time, or rather, humanity learns to cooperate better with the Earth. We, therefore, wish to indicate that it is important for every human being, really for every person, to find himself in his uniqueness. Based on that, learn to develop himself and to let his qualities grow and bloom more. The uniqueness of man should be allowed to exist. From there, learn to appreciate and support everyone's uniqueness. So no more taking away each other's uniqueness, no more denigrating, no more trivializing, no more suppressing. No, just learning to appreciate each other's uniqueness. Appreciating each other's presence from the perspective of the soul can bring about a great change in earthly life. That is why we wish to indicate, focus on learning to appreciate and to being able to find yourself again in appreciation. Appreciating life, valuing everyone as equal, appreciating that there may be a difference, appreciating to represent one's own culture out of peace, appreciating that someone else is allowed may think differently, which can also give rise to consciousness growth, appreciating that difference actually encourages letting go of the equal, appreciating that everyone is light and love, appreciating that everyone is a soul, appreciating that everyone is there to help improve earthly life, appreciating that everyone is on their way to discover more of their own soul and origin. Tune all of your might towards learning to appreciate. From there, you look at yourself and the other with different eyes. You learn to look with the eyes of the soul. The other is not your enemy, only if you all make each other an enemy. An other is not necessarily bad, only if you agree with each other to make it happen. The other is not inferior because he or she looks at things differently, only if you make it with each other. Take a good look at what we are now naming. You all determine, you all decide how things are made or will be created. And this vision is going to be felt more and more inwardly in the present time, not as a thought or opinion that is taken over from another. No, it will really be felt inside. And that makes that an inner stimulus wakes up in yourself, in you as a human being, that the problems are made by accepting all kinds of thoughts. They are made. They are not already there. They are made. And they have been made for centuries. To change all this requires that deep inner voice and the feeling from the heart chakra, a growing heart chakra. That is why we ask all of you, be more aware of everything you think and feel and how this passes into your actions. This will make the inner life speak more because you allow the negative and all prejudices to become visible. From there, you can come more inwardly because the inner way clears away old thoughts. Old structures will collapse in the present times because the new structures are born from within. Such structures from within are based on loving truths. They are connected to the inner laws of light and love. Now that these inner laws are opening up more on an inner level, the way from within is to become more manifest. That is what you are all working towards now. How to shape this in a world that still knows and carries so much pain. That is allowing things to change. That is allowing the inner way to demand new forms of listening. That is allow humanity to demand and need more justice. That is allowing your own heart chakra to heal by opening up another way of life from within. The practical thing is that thinking about difference, about being different, has to enter into a change and a letting go. So be open to learn to think more broadly, really more wider. Be open to difference in the sense that there may be difference. Be open to a way of life that once be grafted onto light and love and no longer on darkness and hate. And this applies to everyone. The revolutions, the transformations must come from the mind, from the thinking, and the feeling will follow, and expressions as well. Dare to learn to think that everyone is light and love, and that everyone can be attuned to it and live from it again. Really, everyone can learn to do this. Even those who have now put their domain in a spiral of violence, who live from violence, so to speak. Also those who can no longer take care of themselves and have going into crime. Also those who have much more criminal behavior in them than love for life. Also for those who act badly towards their fellow men. Also them, even them. Everyone can change and everyone can grow inwardly. And certainly, if the movement of thinking is going to take shape from the deep inner feeling that is attuned to the inner light, that is attuned to your inner divine light. That is why we call on humanity. Turn on your inner light again. Recreate that inner connection and that real inner life be at the forefront again. A completely different feeling and completely different values will come back to life that will benefit everyone. Also for those who are not now inwardly connected to their own light. Learn to accept yourself. Learn to love yourself. Love yourself. From that, you learn to see the whole life and every fellow human being as valuable. That you do not live for yourself alone. You live for the whole life in its great entirety. Think in terms of light and love. Learn to see with the eyes of the soul. Learn to reconnect with your inner divine light. It is now about for humanity to come to a heart chakra attunement. Greetings from the spirit you are. Thank you.
Wow. That was a big message. Woo.
That was a
That was
big
a lot.
message indeed.
It was good though. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that was so much information. Thank you. Thank you. And it was
Yes,
all about the heart chakra and to let go and to work on your inner self, to
yes,
connect to the mindfulness and to know that it's time for the shift and it's up to us.
yes. It's
And
really up to
beautiful
us.
advice
Yes,
and all
for
that.
everyone. Yes,
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So I wanted to, I know you have a gift. You have the gift that you kind of mentioned before, which was the channeling that you have translated into English. It's on your website. And I know you have your website there. You can show them your
yes.
website and it'll also be down on your email. It'll also be connected. Oops, it's actually, yeah.
Can you
Yep,
see it
there you
though?
go. Yep, perfect. Anna van der Vaart, and it's at .nl, www.annavaart.nl. And you'll also have that information on her, it'll be on her interview page. So Anna, thank you so much for that. And I want to thank our audience for listening. And that will that channeling also be on your website when you put that on in English so that people can see that, so they can read it again, because it was a lot of information. So I think it'll
Yes.
be great to read it
I
again.
put them on my website. Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you for that. So
Thank
you
you.
can read that again. I know, we appreciate you, reading it. And it was so beautiful from your voice and to feel the energy of that.
Yes,
And
thank you.
so all the people listening, we want to thank you again. And if you have any feedback or comments for Anna or me, just send it to me or Anna. You have her website. And any questions you may have for Anna, please, send her any questions or comments. And I do answer anything personally if you send it to me. And Anna, I want to thank you so much for being the amazing, brilliant light that you are. I mean, you are an extraordinary, brilliant channel and of the divine light wisdom. And we are so grateful that you came on
Thank you.
and to share this with us and all the energy of the white light masters, which is so powerful and beautiful, and all that you're bringing to the world. And we thank you because you've truly owned your divine light,
Thank
and
you.
you have supported so many people to accelerate their divine light and unlocking their soul purpose, which
Yes, thank
helps
you.
them unlock their passions, ignite their authenticities, and finally create the life and world that everyone's been waiting for. So we thank you so much for the work that you do. And I am Janet Miller, and I will see you on the next episode.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.